What is going on, everyone? Just here with another Advanced Wars by Web banger analysis. That's right, we got ourselves another banger on the banger streak. Put that banger in the banger books, baby, because today we are looking at another interesting matchup of Sturm versus Sasha. But first, let's look at the map right here. It might look familiar to some of you Advanced Wars veterans, or some of you that follow my channel as well. I've actually shown a game on an earlier iteration of this map. So this map right here settles as Still Water, version 3. Not 1, not 2, but number 3. Now, if you remember the old version, instead of a lander, it had a black boat, and these pipe scenes were longer, and there's 3 cities in a row, and there's a little bit of other changes. So how has this altered the balance of this map? Well, first off, since it's not a black boat, this becomes a stronger side rather than a weaker side. Instead of just infantry faring over here, where recons can easily abuse from this over here, instead, you can bring tanks, you can bring mega tanks, you can bring neo tanks, whatever tanks you want, baby. Also, this pipe scene, there's less of choke points. You can't put an artillery behind this and lock down all the cities simultaneously. Well, you still can, sort of, but there's only 2 cities now, so the center is not quite as important as it used to be. Before, you could actually just forego the comm towers, give up both comm towers, and get control of like 10 cities in the middle. It could be quite overpowering. So you just go all in the center and then just win. Your opponent gets both comm towers, like, I got the power units. And then you realize that you have like half the unit value and then you lose. But so these are shortened as well. I actually like this version better. I think it's a little bit more balanced. I like version 2 as well. Maybe actually I prefer version 2 to version 3, but I think we can all agree that version 1 was the weakest link. So before, Drake was overpowered because there was like a shoal in the way. Sammy was good because of the movement, and the infantry over there were stronger. And Kindle was overpowered because of 3 cities in a row. Now other COs have some more viability. But we're looking at tier 1 today. Often you don't see tier 1 on this map. You usually see tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. Tier 1, we have an interesting matchup here. Sturm versus Sasha. Not every day you see a Sturm versus Sasha matchup in tier 1. Typically people are hesitant to pick Sturm, because you have to play him a bit different than other COs, and people are hesitant to pick Sasha because there's Von Bolts available, Hawks available. You know, I'm a Hawk kind of dude. If I saw this map, I'm probably going Hawk if I'm being completely honest. And honestly, I don't think I've ever won a game as Sturm versus Hawk. Like, Hawk is Sturm's kryptonite because he can't do enough damage. He can barely, flick damage into Hawk, and then he just heals up with the Black Storm anyway, because they're all gonna live anyway. So he heals all his units, and then you damage a lot of Sturm's units, and most of them are gonna be artillery or recons or rockets or something, which really, the damage really hurts them the most. So it's tricky as Sturm, but this is an interesting matchup you don't see very often. Sasha is probably going to deny Sturm superpower the entire game, or maybe he'll squeak off a power or 2, because he's going to keep spamming Market Crash. Sturm probably will never ever see his powers, maybe once if he's lucky. So that part's annoying for Sturm, but Sturm does have the movement bonus, which is the most important, in addition to his defense. You can get past this forest over here, so he gets to the center. Looks like you can even get to the center through these forests even quicker, so it saves you at least 1 to 2 movement getting to the center over here. Doesn't really matter since there's no reefs in the way of the lander, so the lander's not going to make any difference. But basically, reinforcement to the middle is going to be quicker. There's also a forest here, so this base will reinforce quicker as well. Nothing, there's a forest over here as well, or else you have to go around the mountain, so I assume reinforcing on every direction for the most part, land-wise, will be quicker with Sturm. Anyway, I won't go too much into detail on that map since we've already reviewed the earlier version, but now we have the players themselves. We got SavageTheBeasts. I've never played this person before, never seen this person before, but I know they're a 1350 level player, strong player. Maybe they're a Sturm main. I haven't watched too many games of theirs myself. And then we got Leary93, who I actually am familiar with. I think I played a couple of games versus him. He's gotten a lot better recently. I think I played him when he was at 1200. I think he's a 1400 right now. Strong player, definitely a strong evolving Fog player, so congrats to him for improving. He seems to be a little more on the... He didn't strike me as the aggressive tanky Tordred type when I played him. He's played a little more passively, so I wonder if he worked on that. So I'm interested to see how he evolved. He's going to have to be a little aggressive for Sturm, or else Sturm's going to sit up all these artillery, and you're not going to be able to break through those artillery walls with the infantry in front because he's got the extra defense. So, and then the recon harass is going to be real. So Sasha's going to have to expect some early recons, some freaky recons coming in. Boom, bada boom, boom, like tons of recons putting pressure over here. Luckily, version 1, Sturm would be broken as hell. So this would be a black boat instead of a lander, but now that you can reinforce with tanks and whatnot easily with a lander, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Anyway, without further ado, let us begin. So Sturm And the top is the aliens, Mr. Beasties. And the bottom is the blue boys. We got Sasha. Now, early to start. So a lot of people like to opt to not capture the support, which I agree with. You want to get these chains because there's some beautiful chains. Look at this. Boom, 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 boom. Oh my God. Have you ever seen a chain that long before? Whew. That's a nice chain right there. Otherwise, you're capturing this thing. No chain. Your lander can't even dock while you're capturing. So it's the meta to always bring your infantry over here. Get some nice chains going. Bring it back. Sometimes you don't capture this till like day 6 because you want to ferry even more infantry over there. Start capping and going crazy with the chains. There's chains on this side too. You go chain, chain, chain. Not as glorious as this one over here, but still pretty good. So I'm expecting an early recon by Sturm. Probably not this turn, but the next. Oh, no, actually this turn. It is day 3, so I'd expect a recon by Sturm, yes. Not going to be slowed down. Probably going to go on that forest immediately. In 2 turns, it's going to be putting pressure over here. So blue will probably get off 1 capture, but that's about it. So he needs to be aware of that because he's definitely facing Sturm. Now, if I'm blue, normally I would go capture this, then fall back and capture that. Do not go forward versus Sturm. My God, do not go forward versus Sturm. You can fall back over here maybe, but I would go for this property over here because I don't think the recon will get vision of this property in 2 turns. It will in 3 turns, but capture this, then go back here, then hide in the forest, then go over here. It's a little wimpy route, but you kind of have to be wimpy versus Sturm, okay? You don't want to just get that free infantry dead. You don't want to Mang's infantry. So obviously blue over here is looking to transport these 2 units over here the next turn rather than capping this or capping this port over here, which is the correct move. It's kind of like a chess opening. Like there's certain correct openings and certain non-correct ones. So everyone's doing everything right so far. Everyone's playing super swell. Sturm is probably going to build another recon next turn. This was the meta in version 1. In version 2, you build 1 recon day 3, 1 recon day 5. And it's going to be even more overpowered as Sturm, so I'd be very surprised to not see that. But Sasha's got to crank out an early tank in order to defend those infantry. Unfortunately for him, he's going to have a lander over here next turn, and he's not going to have it over here to getting the tank. So he's not going to have a tank over there until day 6 at the earliest, I believe. So those freaky recons are going to go crazy. So I'm assuming that recon's going to get vision next turn. He actually goes for the middle. Interesting move. I mean, he can. I mean, normally he wouldn't. But he can see everything. He sees the infantry, so he knows whatever direction he goes. So actually, he can interrupt that. Doesn't even matter versus Sturm. Versus any other CO, you can capture that pretty safely. Versus Sturm, you're going to see that in 2 turns. That is nuts. That's why Sturm is pretty decent on this map. Okay. But Sasha does have the income advantage, as she would the entirety of the game. We see the day 5 recon. This is the version 1, version 2 meta. Seems like he's not changing up his playstyle. And honestly, it probably still works. It's not overpowered or broken, but it still works. So let's see where this infantry goes. He's going to hide in the forest, or is he going to be ballsy? If he gets ballsy, he's going to get blasted. Okay, he's hiding. Smart move. But it didn't really matter in the end because that one's going to get interrupted anyway. So that recon's already going to start paying for itself. And this tank, like I said, it's going to take day 6. Then it's going to plop over there. So that recon's going to get a free pot shot. Probably do no comm towers. Maybe 4 damage. Maybe 5. Probably 4 damage. That's the problem with Sturm. They're going to tickle the infantry. 4 damage. So it's going to capture in 2 turns. Or in 1 turn, rather, after this. Because you're going to see the tank come out, is the thing. So another thing the infantry can also do is go across this map much quicker than any other. Because Sturm can make the movement cost 1. So you can actually go here to cap. Which is pretty nice. Rather than go here, cap, etc. Or you can just go straight over here, and start capping as well. So Sturm's movement adds up. But what is he going to do with those recons? Okay, he's spying over there. He doesn't want to allow the early comm tower, apparently. He's bringing in his 3rd recon now. He's doing the recon span, which is, expected. Typically, you can see early recons, early artillery, sometimes early rockets. Not early rockets, maybe late game rockets. Sturm loves indirects because he's going to have the strongest infantry walls. It's going to be impossible to break through them. Their movement cost with tires and treads doesn't matter for rockets at least. And the movement's perfectly fine. So I wouldn't be surprised to see anything like that. And Leary is also taking the Wimpster route, but the Wimpster route is sometimes the winner's route because you want to capture that and then start a chain over here. Got this nice little chain over here. However, you're probably only going to capture one of those 3 properties before reinforcements start flooding in from the middle. So, oh my God, 4 recons. This is reminding me of that Numi game. The Nutty Numi game? Oh my God, you guys remember the Nutty Numi game. Ooh, Leary is sacking his recon. That's a free con right there. Nothing to defend that recon. It's not going to die in 1 shot though, which is not a big deal. So he will maintain the vision. He's probably going to retreat it and then maybe use his last recon to finish it off. I don't quite understand. We'll see. Because there's only one tank to defend, and if there's recons flooding in every single turn, you know, they'll live. I mean, I guess you can heal them up if they don't die. So that's going to bring them down to 3. He's probably going to bring this one to this forest over there. That's super random and far. But he can pull it off and he won't even be seen, which will give it a ton of intelligence. So I'm expecting him to do that with the recon. Or we could kill off this and then just bring this recon and attack that infantry as another option. He's got a lot of options with those recons. And finally, Leary bears his first recon. It was smart of Leary not to do the recon opening, because if you do the recon opening, the tank wouldn't get there until even later. So you probably just want to have the nice conservative tank build to defend rather than forcing your own recons to stop over there. So it's a smart move. I agree with that. And actually, Leary opts to bring SavageTheBeasts opts to bring the recon down here to the south by using the lander. And we'll be able to stop this cap over here or put some pressure in the middle probably. Either or just he serves as a blocker while he actually caps the comm tower. So we'll see what he does with that recon. He's going for the early comm tower. Comm towers are a little bit hard to hold and get in this game because they are kind of a neutral territory. Now this is stronger on the pink side, and this is stronger on blue side, so blue should get that, pink should get that now with the lander. Before it was a toss-up, usually this would actually go to pink side, and this would actually go to the blue. So that's the power of switching from a black boat to a lander. This became suddenly the strong side, and this became the weak side. It completely flipped just by switching out one unit. So pretty interesting how that works. So let's see what those recons do. He brings in a T-copter, which I'm not... You don't really need as many T-copters because your units just go through these mountains and stuff super easy. What's he gonna like put in there? A mech, I guess? Like, I don't really like that T-copter too much. And he gets the kill. And he actually doesn't go over here onto this city and attack like I probably would. He instead attacks from this. I probably would attack right here onto that because these are more contested than this. Blue should get this pretty easily, at least these corner properties. Like, they're going to be under his control. It's only a matter of time. The tanks can easily stream up there in 2-3 turns and reinforce, where tanks are going to take 4 turns at least to get over here, even as Sturm. So I don't know about that. You want to put pressure where you can maintain pressure, and he's not going to be able to maintain pressure over here long term. So I probably would have, if you're going to sack this recon, you might as well put the other full HP recon and attack that infantry right there. Prevent these 2 properties from going up. And even putting pressure in the middle as well. You weaken this infantry, it's going to take longer for him to get these properties over here, because going northward over there is not going to be an easy task, especially with all of this open area over there. It'll be easy to spot them. So I don't agree with that move right there. So the Freaky Riki dies in cold blood. And these little infantries, they're getting in the middle, and there's no pressure on them because all the little Rikis are over here. Granted, these are undefended. This tank is completely letting them die, and this one as well. So they will get these little attacks off pretty easily. So this infantry probably should hide or just sacrifice their life. I would have hidden that forest, but to each their own. So you can definitely expect, and now he's got 90% firepower, so this is a possible 2-hit KO. It would not have been a possible 2-hit KO before without the comm tower, but now this is a possible 2-hit KO. So I would assume him to just gangbang that poor infantry. He won't even know it's coming. So SavageTheBeasts brings in his first tank over here. I'm expecting a tank chain from now on. He's got so many recons, he doesn't need to build any more recons for now. As blue techs up, recons become less and less of a valuable unit in terms of fighting, and more just for intel purposes, and he's got plenty for intel purposes. There's not many mountains on this map, so recons are very crucial. However, you're not going to want like 5+ recons. Like 3 is plenty for any CO, really. 4 is like, you know, you're pushing it a bit. You probably could build better units than recons at that point. 5, 6, 7, 8, that you're looking like a Numi at that point. So this recon just becomes a free cons. Like, I'm dead. I don't know why it did that. It should have probably hidden this forest over here. Could have done that. Not quite. I would have put in this forest over here then for intel. You're trying to just sacrificing your life over there. I do not like that move at all. Just free con right there. Just a free con. Time to get your freak on with the recon. Gang banged over here. Got a little bit of the high roll, I think. I think usually it would live with 1 HP. But with the comm tower and a little bit of luck, anything's possible. Just believe in yourself. So, he gets the contested property too, Leary over here. And he's going to get these properties later on anyway, so I don't really like that move. I'm sure he prevented the comm tower, but he could have prevented the comm tower by killing that as well. So, yeah, he's going to put some pressure over here. Blue's going to get some more pressure on these properties than they normally would. And now that recon's dead. It's a free con. Dead. Now no vision over there, just a free recon. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. So now the tank spam, and now we're seeing 3 recons over here by blue. Like I said, 3 is a pretty decent number on this map. There's not very many mountains. There's just literally 2 mountains on the entire map. So your vision is completely dependent on recons and enemy, on recons and tanks and whatnot. Your infantry aren't going to be providing very much vision, so you're going to be relying on those recons extra hard. So I'm not seeing any artillery yet from Savage the Beast, which is kind of strange for Sturm. I mean, it is a bit more open now than it used to be on the map, but you could still put an artillery back over here and surrounded by infantry, and it will shut down these 2 properties from ever being capped. And there's also some nice forest you can hide it in to lock down this, or maybe you put the artillery over here or up here, God forbid, and put a lot of pressure on. So I'm very surprised to not see any artillery by Savage the Beast yet. It's just complete recons, complete tanks. T-Copter is a bit of a head scratcher. I'm not sure how much use he's going to get out of that. But I guess since he's building so many recons, it is helping him transport his units to the front line. So he's trying to get both of these. He's getting a little greedy. He's not going to get this. He's going to get destroyed next turn, so he should retreat that. He saw what happened. He should retreat this immediately to that forest right there, or else it's dead infantry. Good, he did. And now Blue's putting on some pressure. Savage the Beast, they're tied in income. You have to keep in mind that Sasha does have the extra 10% income, so they're tied at 21 properties apiece. However, Savage the Beast does have the comm tower advantage, so he has 90% firepower, 120% defense, whereas Sasha just has 100 hundas. So, but Savage the Beast is getting some pressure done to him over here by Mr. Leary. I'd remain weary of Leary over here, because this is another retreat right here. You don't want to interrupt that cap. Keep your unit count alive. Retreat maybe over here. Bring the tanks down here. Ooh, does that reach? Okay, he's lucky. That does reach. That does not reach. He's going to be able to put a recon and a tank over here. I would have preferred to see a tank built over here and here, so both of them could have gone in here, and then you can drop them both off over here, and you can defend your infantry, etc. But not seeing that. And there's some more free cons over there. You got his free con a little too much over there. Like I said, he was investing too much into this inevitable property over there, and Blue's just going to get it. So, and the recon actually gets trapped over there. It was like, woohoo! Didn't expect anything there. So, Leary again, killing off the Rikis. So let's look at the stats. 3 deaths, all of them recons. 3 deaths, all of them infantry. Now, I don't know about you, but recons are worth a lot more than infantry. 4 times as much money, actually. So I'm not liking how willy-nilly Savage the Beast is throwing away his advantage of the comm tower with the recons. He's just throwing them away for nothing. Granted, he doesn't even have an income advantage. Like, Leary has income advantage in the middle, and in Mr. Beasts over here, you know, Mr. Beast's younger brother, Mr. Savage the Beasts, is getting these slightly a bit earlier than Leary over here, but it's not really getting too much advantage from all those recons dying. They just kind of die off, and there was nothing really that came of it. See, the first anti-air day at 10. So the thing about Sturm is copters are really bad at Sturm, because they're still going to get one shot by anti-air or pretty close to it, but they're not going to do very much damage to other units. They're going to hit a tank and knock them down to like 7 if they're on a plane. They're going to knock them down to like 8 on a sea. Like, air units are really bad at Sturm, so I probably wouldn't even build an anti-air. I'd probably just build my own copters. Maybe one anti-air the entirety of the game, but copters are really bad at Sturm. I just barely ever build them. They're like Drake copters, basically. Like, you just don't really build them. Maybe you build 1, maybe you build 2, but like, they're just not good. Like, they just... Grim copters are great because they have higher attack, less defense. Sturm copters are bad because they have high defense, lower attack. Because the freaking anti-air is going to one-shot them anyway, so you want to maximize that damage output. You want to maximize the damage output versus other copters. But this is not, sadly, the case for Sturm. So I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know when Savage the Beast is going to build a copter, if he ever built. Well, he'll probably build one the entire sometime in the game. He actually builds his own double anti-airs, expecting the copter spam, which is smart. So I like 1, maybe 2 is a little bit overboard. Maybe he's bringing 1 down here, 1 over here. Not a terrible move, to be perfectly honest. I mean, you can expect a Sasha with the extra funds. They're going to probably be pumping out air units, copters, bombers, etc. throughout the game. A little bit more air unit tech ups than you would have yourself because of the income advantage. So 2 is a little ambitious, but Mr. Savage the Beasts over here getting a little greedy. Thinks he can sneak an alien cap over here, but even if you get that cap, or even if you cap that comm tower, you are going to lose it within 1 to 2 turns after you cap that, because there's so many more forces over here. This is much closer to Blue's base than over to pink space. Even with the Sturm tanks, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. One less, but then you have to combine the lander, which is 1 turn, and then instead you got like 15 movement instead. With the lander is everything. The lander reinforcement is everything. If it's a black boat, sure, you get this property here. With the lander, you can transport so many things quickly in 1 turn. So with that in mind, it's hard to maintain pressure over here and do enough damage or even get caps. So he's going to get that comp tower, no doubt about it. But now, beep-a-ly beep-beep, here comes the tank killing off the recon. 2-shot over there, killing off the infantry, killing the... So I didn't like this move by Leary, sacrificing himself into the delay cap. I would have brought that back, maybe uses the blocker over here, because now, I mean, he lost a recon. And now we see the first Neo tank, which I like the tech up. It's a day 11 Neo tank, which is nice and early, nice and proper. Sasha really flexing that income advantage by building the Neo tank. I do like that. So we'll see how Leary responds to that. He has no artillery, which is really his answer to the big tech ups from Sasha. I'm so surprised I haven't seen artillery yet. I was expecting to see at least 3, maybe 4 so far, but there's none. I mean, it's not a great artillery map, but still. But now it looks like Leary's shifting all his forces to the middle. He's putting a lot of pressure on. He's going to kill off that infantry. Killed off the other infantry. Both with the recon tank combo. Bum bum. And then he's probably going to plop this tank on here, defending it against any other first strike attacks. Brings one of the anti-air down there, I would assume. Yep, there, you plop it on the city. He is allowing a first strike here. If tank can kill off the recon, or with the other recon, or he can take the first strike on that tank over there. But luckily he has an infantry over there, so he won't be able to get too hit by that tank. It wouldn't die, but it would do a lot of damage. And he's probably going to get a first strike off on that tank. Shoal to shoal is not ideal, but it is what it is. Or you can opt to kill off the recon. He actually goes for the recon instead of... and that might have been even a roll, those two. They're so weak. I mean, he's got 90% firepower, so maybe it wasn't. But can he trap the tank? No, he can't trap the tank. So that tank gets away. Basically, they trade a recon for a recon over there, which is not the end of the world for either side. But it looks like Mr. Leary's finally going to get his comm tower. He opts for the recon. Everyone's opting for the easy free recon kills, the free con kills, rather than going for the tank attacks, because it's hard to attack into Sturm, and it's hard for Sturm to attack into someone else. So you're going to see a lot more passivity when it comes to engagements, just because of the defensive bonus. There's a lot more defender's advantage. If there's a unit in a forest, there's a unit on a city, you don't really want to attack that unless you have overwhelming firepower to back it up. This is not playing versus Grim. This is not playing versus like Lash or Kindle or something where there's a lot more attack power. This is just simply you want to defend. And he brings the Neo tank up to the top, so this is definitely the strong side at this point. You do not want to keep fighting over here. Let him have the comm tower. Let him have these properties that you worked so hard with the recons earlier to defend. It sucks, but you just kind of have to give it up. But here comes the copter. Luckily for Mr. SavageTheBeasts, he does have 2 anti-airs in position. This one will soon be over here covering all his other units. But this is quickly becoming a center fight. And it seems like SavageTheBeasts is definitely focusing more on the center at this point. So it looks like the stage is being set for an epic center battle. SavageTheBeast is trying to sneak that property. That is not going to work. He's trying to sneak this property, which is also incredibly strange. Seeing as he just had a battle over here, I don't know why. Short-term memory thinks this is a safe property. You kind of want to pounce at the same time with one unit or one bunch of units in an area, rather than pouncing at both the same time on both sides is a little bit random. So I don't know what SavageTheBeast has really been hoping here. Smart move retreating, so I agree with this move. So that's smart. He's consolidating his forces, but he has no artillery to back up everything. Did he see the Neo tank, or is he just building his own on a hunch? Yeah, I think he didn't see it, so he's building his own on a hunch, which is smart. Like I said, Sturm, hell no, you never, ever build a Sturm bomber. Sturm bomber is like the worst thing you can build. It's got to be a Neo tank. It's got to be a rockets even. Just anything. Maybe even a battleship's better than that, but no, battleship's still shit. But don't build a bomber, for God's sake. And Leary actually pulls this off, but he's going to lose it next turn, so that was cute. Cute little attempt, but he's going to lose it. Now we see the first market crash. So SavageTheBeasts lose all of his charge. No meteor strike for you, baby. This tank, easiest kill of my life. He probably said to himself. He's not even going to kill it. He's going to let it flounder around a little bit before it dies. Looks like the middle showdown is not happening after all. Looks like Mr. Leary is actually shifting all his units to the south over here. This Neotank is hiding in the forest, being a little bit passive, but I guess he just wants to see if any units come into his range and then pounce. So it's a little bit of a passive stance. Both of them are kind of retreating at the same time, which is kind of interesting to me. Usually you see one retreat, one attack, but now it looks like Savage the Beast is attacking in the south over here. I would assume these two tanks would shift down over here, do a nice front shift, maybe even shift these two as well. Unfortunately for him, the Neotank's a little bit out of position with the lander. It would have been nice for it to arrive this turn, the same turn of the attack. Would have been really nice synergy. But unfortunately for him, that's not happening. Why is he attacking on two fronts at the same time? Oh my god, please don't do this. I tell you guys every single time, and people still do it. They still attack two places at once. Luckily for him, this Neotank is super passive and can only attack the T-Copter, or maybe this infantry over there. Oh, never mind. Now it can kill the anti-air. If it does get past all of these units, maybe it'll kill the recon instead. This Neotank does not back this up, though. So we have a Neotank over here. It actually didn't even go in the lander over there. Maybe he's going to build another Neotank over here. Double Neotank, I would probably advise that. Nope, he's going for a medium tank. Why didn't he go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. So a medium tank can't even reach this from whatever base you choose. I don't like putting the lander in this port over here. It's much better off in this port, where it's within range of both of these, rather than having to do a 6 movement just in order to even reach that lander. So it would have been in his best interest to probably move that lander to the other port, even if you lose it in momentum. So we're going to see double Neotanks at the top. So this is clearly blue strong side over here. Pinky does have more units, but the quality of the units is lower. He's got tanks, he's got recons, he's got infantry, but we can see double Neos over here. And the copters are floating over here. So luckily, so I'm going to expect to see this copter front shift, but it's not really going to matter because he's got one anti-air he sees and another anti-air he sees. So Savage the Beast anti-air gamble. The anti-air gamble, as the chest opening goes, is actually paying off so far. Unless he breaks through. Yeah, he's going to probably break through and attack that first shot. And that's a dead anti-air. So the gamble works if you defend it well, but yeah, these infantry, maybe they're stronger than usual, more defense than usual, but they're not going to live 2 tank shots, especially with that infantry over there. And it died off. So that's unfortunate. So that copter's going to get away with murder. And he's putting pressure in the middle over here. Leary is literally attacking on all fronts, and he's actually winning on the bottom. He's not going too crazy over here. Like, he could have attacked this Neotank over here, but he opted to go over here, I guess, which is kind of dubious. You guys super lucky that there's a Neotank not here ready to pounce from this city. That's a first strike that will murder you. That was a really ballsy play. I don't agree with that. I would have been a little more passive there because you're winning over here. Maybe I would have shifted this from over here, down here, shift one over here, have one over here. Because he's winning over here. Might as well push your advantage. He needs more infantry over here, though, because he's not going to be able to capitalize and cap in all of these things. He's got 1 HP infantry, 1 full HP infantry over here out of position. So there's the recon. He's so lucky that other Neotank doesn't reach. But now Leary, or Savage the Beasts, is going back for the comm tower. He really wants that comm tower. He's going to get that comm tower as the last thing he does. He's just going ham with the comm. He's not even giving a shit if there's anything in the forest over there. He just goes in anyways, like, maybe there is, maybe there isn't, but I'm going in, baby. So he's probably going to block with his T-Copter, I would assume, in order to get the cap. Interesting. Okay. So that might be enough, because you can only attack this from one angle. The Neotank will have to do a first strike in order to kill that, and then a tank with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be able to interrupt. Barely, but then there's this Neotank over here that Blue is not aware of yet. So any attack on this over there is probably going to get blasted to smithereens. This Neotank can't afford any other dumb attacks because there's a medium tank and then there's a Neotank over here. So, attacks with the recon over there, it's pretty much losing. You kind of have to retreat and build another anti-air over there. Did he just eject a tank from here? I've never seen that before. The tank was in there and it's like, get out of here. Out. What the hell? I've never seen the lander eject a tank before. That's hilarious. Well, he's not welcome back on Carnival Cruise Lines. He assaulted too many guests, shat in the hot tub. Everyone hated him, so he's kicked off Carnival Cruise Lines. And it takes a lot to be kicked off Carnival Cruise Lines. You can probably murder a few people and get away with it on Carnival Cruise Lines, but God forbid you shit in the hot tub. You're gone. That's the biggest offense over there. So he's going to go for this first strike over here. He's going to interrupt the cap. with this tank over here, probably. I would assume. If he's going to do all that investment over there, I would assume he would attack the Neo tank. Gets a first strike on this tank on the road. See, I would have retreated these units. Now look at them. Wow, it got a nice strike off on this tank, but now these are both dead. So, and there's literally no defenders. Luckily for him, he cannot wrap around because there's a little cutoff over here, so he's just going to attack the recon instead. Using the market crash. Yeah, sorry, Sturmy buddy. No meteor for you. Ever. And now the tank comes in, probably knocks that down to 5 or 6. A little low roll. Attacking the T-Copter. Being really reckless with that Neo tank, but he's so freaking lucky. He has no vision, so he has no idea about that Neo tank. But he's being so reckless with that. He's allowing first strikes, and he has no artillery. He has no units to really back it up. That Neo tank is going way too crazy, and he's getting lucky, but it's not good. Lucky is, you can't rely on luck. Izanagi relied on luck that game versus combat, and it paid off for him, but you cannot rely on luck. In the long term, it will beat your ass down. So far he's surviving. Now the new Carnival Cruise Lines, they invited an anti-air over there. So this recon goes there, gets vision, does not see the Neo tank though, and now we're gonna get some first strikes off. He's going really hard into this cap over here, because he's basically sacrificed this tank to the Neo tank gods, because that's gonna get one shot. But he really wants that cap over there. He's willing to sacrifice everything. He brings his own Neo tank in, gets a first strike. Honestly, I probably would attack that bottom one over there. Oh no, actually that works if you use this anti-air. But you need to block. Yeah, he's gonna have one tank strike there. How is he gonna stop this though? He's gonna need, okay, he's gonna have a copter. So this tank is sort of safe. This Neo tank's probably gonna kill that tank right there. This copter will probably kill off this tank. At this point, you probably give up the comm tower. It's honestly worth it just to murder all the units rather than worry about losing the comm tower. And plus you're winning over here on the side as Leary, so you might as well just fall back a little bit, or at least do some damage. Because if you look at the income, Savage the Beast ended his turn with lower units, like lower unit value. He has less units value, he has less units. They have identical income, or identical theoretically without Sasha's bonus, 27 apiece. But that's shitty. When you end the turn and you're below on unit value, it is Sasha granted, so maybe with 10% less, it's not as bad. But still, it's not a position you want to be in. So, kills off the tank, predictably so. Kills off the T-Copter. Will he be able to stop the cap? Well, you will find out. Maybe the combination of this infantry and the copter will. And then he won't be able to really combine because he's only got 3 HP infantry, so he might be able to stop the cap if he really wants to invest in it, but he's going to lose a lot of units because of it. Luckily for him, this Neo tank did strike from the silo over here with 3 defense. You're not going to attack a Neo tank into a silo Neo tank from a road, or even from a plane over here. So that Neo tank is essentially safe for Sturm. I'm so shocked I haven't seen any artillery so far, or any indirects at all. No battleships, like rockets are pretty decent, I would suppose. Artillery are definitely good. You can transport them with the lander, so their movement is not as big of a hindrance as it normally is. You can plop it in this forest, you can plop it behind these pipes over here. He's really missing out on a lot of opportunity by not having any artillery. And Blue is just crushing him over here. And he's bringing his copters, so he's going to allow the comm tower cap. Uses the market crash, and poor Sturmy, he has 30,000 too, so that's all gone. No more. Put out like a flame. Right now, Leary is just crushing it. He's gonna lose the comm tower, but honestly, he's destroying him, Savage the Beasts elsewhere, so it's not a big deal. And he builds his first bomber. It's okay. Bombers aren't terrible as Sasha versus Sturm, you know. Yeah, it's fine. You see the Neo tank over here, it's not a bad move. I can't argue it. I can't hate with that. But now, at least Sturm has equal to 100 firepower now. He's like a normal CO. He's got 100% firepower, 120% defense, so his units are quite strong. He's sacking a recon over there for God knows why reason. He is killing off this, so he can kill the copter. Or will he kill the copter? He barely kills the copter because he has 2 comm towers, because Leary's going to have 110 defense, and Sturm's only going to have 100 offense, but because he has the comm tower, 100 offense instead of 90, he is able to one-shot it. Recon kills the infantry over there, built some Neo tanks. Now we got 3 Neo tanks apiece. 1, 2, okay, 2 Neo tanks for Blue, but he has a bomber, which is roughly equal. And he looks like he's just going all in. He has no idea what waits in store. He sees 2 Neo tanks. But he's going in with all these units, which is a bit reckless. He just really wants to hold on to that property, I suppose. Attacks with the medium tank. Gets a nice shot off on the copter over there, but you're going to expect a very strong counterattack from Leary. And he's getting 30,000 a turn, so he's going to lower down Savage the Beast's power by 60% every time he pops Market Crash, assuming there's no repairs. Because that's high-income maps like this, you can wipe out power so easily. Hawk and Sturm are going to suffer hard versus Sasha on high-income maps. Like, it's going to be tricky. But Mr. Leary over here, boonga, doesn't even kill off the copter. That's some high defense. Without a comm tower, 100% attack into 120% defense, the copter actually lives, which is actually pretty nice. I think the majority of the time it dies, but ooh, can't even kill the T-copter. I guess they have the same defense, but still, it's a pesky T-copter right there. Reveals the Neo tank. He's going to get a first strike off. Bagoonga. Yeah, see, I'm telling you. Even a forest first strike doesn't really make that much sense. Unless you have a backup attack as well. A follow-up, I should say, not a backup. So, a city? Hell no, you don't attack. Forest? You get even trades. Plains you take. Roads you take. Shoals you take. Another Market Crash. Oh, it was so nice. But 30,000. Sturm was 70% of the way up there. 70%. All the way to 10% again because of that power. But Savage the Beasts, he's getting very close to a meteor, and when that meteor comes, and it's coming, a weak meteor, of course, just a superpower, or not, a CO power meteor, only gonna do 4 damage, but still, when it comes, it's gonna hurt. And it's gonna get that extra defense and offense too, which is even more important. You get that extra 10-10. So, and we see the Mega Tank. Like I said earlier, artillery really good because they're slow and stuff. Mega tanks are good because they're slow, and the lander does all the walking for them. They're old shits. They can barely walk. They need their rollator. They need their cane. But when you have Carnival Cruise Line taking you the whole route and plopping you off in the Galapagos, it doesn't matter how crippled you are. You're going to be able to be transported. So I like the Mega Tank build. It's pretty ballsy. I don't know if I would do it myself, but I appreciate it, and I think it's pretty cool. You see this many Neo tanks over there? You know there's one Neo tank over there. Maybe he had some reconnaissance of the other one, or he sees the medium tank. He sees the Neo tank and the medium tank. That was enough for him to say, hell, F it. I'm building a Mega tank. Like, it's going to do half, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like, it would be 10 spaces for a 4 unit, but instead it can move 10 spaces in one single turn, which is beauty. And that's the power of Carnival Cruise Lines. This episode is not brought to you by Carnival Cruise Lines because it is the shittiest cruise line that ever existed in the history of things. So don't, just because I'm mentioning it doesn't mean I approve of it. So I'm just throwing it out there for you viewers out there, just keeping it real. But now, Savage the Beasts actually comes ahead with the income, drawing it pretty much equal by capturing this property over there. He sacked his whole army basically. As you can clearly see in terms of the unit value. Like, he's very far behind in unit value, he's very behind on unit count, but he did squeak out a property from that, so they do have unit income parity at this point. But I don't think it's worth it. As you've seen in my other videos on the channel, the most important metric in all of Advanced Wars, unit count. Unit count. After that, unit value. Least important, income. Unless it's glaringly large. It's still important, mind you, but unit count is always king, and it will always remain king. Unit count. Do not sack your units just to get income, unless you can see in the long term and did some calculations. So this is a nice first strike over there. Getting a lot of value out of that medium tank. Killing off that one Neo tank, but he has no idea what's coming. There's a bomber. There's a freaking Mega tank coming. He's gonna see it immediately with the recons, probably, with his little freaky reekies. And this T-copter from turn 5 or whatever is still alive, so maybe it even paid for itself, even though it's not a really good build. Hell, even Sasha didn't build a T-copter with the extra money she had, so maybe in like this used to be like a black boat, you could transport mechs. T-copter would be better, but he isn't even using it for mechs. He's just kind of, I don't even know what that T-copter is even like trying to do, and he's still fighting into this over there. He has a Neo tank, so actually he will win this, but it looks like Leary's going to easily get back this property over here. Maybe put some pressure on this property over here. Get the comm tower, get the property maybe in this next turn. But it looks like Mr. Savage the Beast is wise to this. He does have intelligence via that recon over there. He's probably going to start flooding some units over there. Kill off the anti-air, start flooding copters. So this is the first copter by Savage the Beast. No, I think he had one other copter. This is his second copter. He's only had 2 copters in 18 days. So, like I said earlier, when you play as Sturm, you don't want to be building copters. When you play as Drake, you don't really want to be building copters. So this is only a second copter, so did he really need 1, 2, 3 anti-air as blue? You really don't. I think people learn that as the more they play these strange off meta COs like Sturm and whatnot, you kind of come to realize that he plays a bit different than other COs. People are just used to playing Von Bolt all the time, playing Hawk all the time, so you don't quite understand, which is fine. You learn. You learn with the terrain. So, but now Blue's going to beat the actual schlip out of freaking Savage the Beast. He's going to get savaged. He's going to lose maybe both comm towers at this point, to be honest. He's going to lose this one over here, and he's going to cap this one over here. He might lose both of them in one turn. All that for what? And here comes the Mega Baby, and it's covering that Neo. Oh, free real estate. Let's go, yeah. You know it's coming. You know that Mega Tank is going to feast. That Mega Tank is going to feast on the Beast. I can tell you that. It's going to have a nice Beast feast. That's saying the least. Okay, I'm stopping there. And it looks like, however, the Beast might feast himself, because there's going to be a meteor coming soon to a theater near you. Will it be enough? He doesn't see the Mega Tank. He attacks the Neo. That's definitely going to be enough. So he has the meteor strike. He does not see the Mega. Where is this going to hit? Where is this going to hit? Here? No. Smart heads-up move by Leary, moving the bomber here next to a black boat. Smart move, Leary. Way to go, dude. Smart-ass move right there. Not drawing it towards the, formidable Mega Tank, but instead weakening up immediately. Who cares about? Oh, the bomber kind of sucks, but black boat. Who gives a shit? I like that, and also like the black boat addition too. You can be like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, rather than relying each turn. Lander waiting. Carnival's coming next time. But now you got Carnival Cruise Lines. You got a little, I don't even know what that's the equivalent to. Some paddle boat or some shit over there for the little infies. But he's definitely not going to allow that cap over there. He's probably going to allow this one up. No, he's stopping. There's balls in this dude. He has no idea what's in this forest. But he's like, F it. I'm risking it all. Risking it for the biscuit just to stop those comm towers. This guy is in love with comm towers. Savage the Beast is obsessed with comm towers. He's staking his whole game on the comm towers. And it seems to be working pretty decently for him. He's still going to be behind on most measures, but especially unit count, which sucks. But he delays the comm towers for one more turn. So let's see what the response is. Whoa, that only did... Wow, that only did 5. That's the power of the power. 130 defense, plus 30 defense from the city. 60 defense. I'm telling you, Storm can be pretty damn strong. Like, is this infantry attacks into this infantry over there? Will it even do a damage? It might do 1. It might be a roll for 1, because it's going to have 30 defense right there. And you have no extra firepower. So it's going to be interesting. Probably will do 1 damage, though. So it looks like, yeah, he's going to capture this. There's not enough units to interrupt, I don't think. Or maybe there is. We'll see. Nope, definitely not. Definitely getting that 1 comm tower, maybe both. Killing off that poor Riki. Blocking with the copter, blocking with the landers. Yeah, he's probably going to get that as well. I don't see any way he can get bust through this at all. And the market crash for the defense? No, I don't really get that. I would have held on to that and used it like offensively at the beginning of the turn, maybe? Like, why didn't he use it when he attacked with the Mega Tank? Would have done more damage. Did he have it? Yeah, he had it. Why didn't he just use it right now? It's a head scratcher for sure. I do not know why he didn't use it there. If I would have not used it or used it at the beginning, and that would have been like a 3-9 maybe, or 3-10, you know what I mean? Like, a big head scratcher for sure. So I don't know what the hell Leary was thinking there. But he got a bomber interrupting an infantry cap. You don't see that every day. Luckily for Mr. Leary, there is an anti-air not in position, so... There is an anti-air not in position. There is no anti-air in position, man. I mean, these false negatives or whatever the hell you call them. Yeah, you try the forest one time and sneak around, but it's not going to work again. That's 4. It's going to take 4, so... He's losing 1 comm tower. He's losing both comm towers. Sorry, dude. You're losing both comm towers. He might even resign without the comm towers. This guy loves comm towers so much he might just give up. Builds another T-copter. What's he gonna do with them? I don't get it. I don't understand why he's building these T-copters. 2 of these unit count is from T-copters, which are essentially useless. But then again, he does have this Blackfoot over here, which is kind of useless too. And this recon's getting some intel. He sees everything over there. He knows to back up. Smart. It's a free con though. Bye-bye. So it looks like we're seeing a little bit of a shift towards the middle over here, kind of giving up. Maybe trying to hold down these 2 properties simultaneously. Trying to put some pressure in the middle though. Now he lost both comm towers. So quickly before, he had both comm towers. Now he lost both comm towers, which really sucks. All that effort, all those dead recons. For what? And now the Mega Tank's healing up. Might need even an APC for that shit. It only has 3 shots. That's the thing about Mega Tanks. 4 movement, 3 shots. So you can fight with a weakened tank or a weakened recon into it, waste its ammo, then hit a Mega Tank or a Neo Tank hit into it, and it can't fire back with anything but its machine gun. So now the Bomber got a little too cocky. It got away one time. Shame on me or whatever the hell. Now it's shame on dead. As that's how the saying goes. Shame on me, shame on dead. So... But now, don't look now, but Savage the Beast sneak attack over here with all these units, and there is no counterplay from Blue over here. And Blue is all the way over here, and looks like Savage the Beast is kind of, catching him off guard with a haymaker, like a grim haymaker to the face right now. He's very unprepared. And he's shifting everything. I like this front shift. Probably going to cap this, combine, but that Mega Tank's easily going to kill it with the recon, so maybe... We'll see what he does with the Mega Tank. Probably will attack instead, I would assume. Not allowing the free cap, because right now, yeah, he's gonna definitely, or at least the Copter's gonna attack into it. So Blue has easily got control over here. Now he's threatening to cap to this. He's probably going to get that. He's probably going to get that as well. So you need to start putting pressure over here as Savage the Beasts. You need to have some counterplay. And the Mega Tank, right in the den of the Neo Tanks. These Neo Tanks need to get the hell out of there. You see the Mega Tank with the recon, which he does. These Neo Tanks need to skedaddle. One goes here, one goes there. You do not want to stay near the Mega Tank. That's just asking for an early grave. And look at that right now. Looks like Savage the Beasties over here is actually going to get this property. Not bad, not bad, not bad. So he's going to get... Oh, he's actually sacking his recon. Well, he sees that the Mega Tank is over here. And he knows that there's no Neo Tank over here. So, he's actually kind of like... He's finding the vulnerabilities. Savage the Beast is pouncing at the right times. He's found the vulnerabilities. Found the vulnerability over here is Blue. He saw Blue shift over here with the recon. And now he's pouncing. So good on for Mr. Beast. I would have healed that Neo Tank first and then attacked, but okay. This is a little dumb though. This is a little dumb. Maybe you're a little bit close to the base over here, buddy. I know this is your strong side now. Your newly established strong side, but that ain't gonna work. Yeah, so he's hunting now. He's hunting for the units. He knows there's stuff hiding in forest. He's hunting and he's murdering them. I guess he's still going to be able to interrupt the cap, but he probably won't interrupt that. I wouldn't interrupt that. So Savage the Beast has given up on the comm tower for the most part, or he's going to get it, but now he's going all in on income advantage. And he's going to get it. He's going to capture that probably, unless Blue sacks this. But he got lucky here that there's no other units. This Mega Tank is out of position. Well, sort of lucky, sort of skill. He saw that the Mega Tank was over here with his recon. But he's playing pretty damn good. Savage the Beast kind of started off like, recon, lose it, But now he's like, okay, no more playing around. I'm the Beast. The Beast feasts. And he's ready to feast. He's here to play. Okay, now this is some dumb shit. You saw the Mega there. What the hell are you doing attacking into that? I compliment this dude, and immediately he just blows all of the compliments. Like, why do you do that? You see the Mega Tank, you run. It's like cat and mouse. You gotta go run away. You're faster than it. It's got 4 moves. It's like a slow, it's like you're playing tag with your grandpa. Like, come back here, come back. Like, he's slow, and he's maybe more powerful than you as a kid. But you get faster, you can outrun him. You just gotta keep going. But now grandpa's gonna get out his cane and start bashing your skull in. Well, you guys don't play tag like that with your grandpa? Well, my grandpa caught me. He'd bash my head in with a cane till I died. That's how we used to play tag, at least. Clearly, I have no brain damage because I keep saying Boomba every single day. We see the first artillery build. Day 22 is Sturm. Where the hell have those been the entire time? Where the hell have the artillery been? It has taken so damn long, but better late than never, I guess. But artillery's gonna do like 8 damage to that Mega Tank on the city, so I'm curious. It looks like, okay, so Blue will not be able to interrupt that, so he's gonna get that. But at what cost? He lost both these tanks. Another market crash. Savage was actually getting pretty close to getting another meteor strike, but with 30,000, bye-bye power. It's not as bad as Sturm as there's Hawk, because Sturm's main thing is the day-to-day bonus of having the movement, where Hawk's is completely dependent on his powers. He has a 10% firepower, but there's a lot more his powers, where Sturm is less about the powers. So versus Sasha, I'd rather be Sturm than Hawk, I would say. So we're seeing a lot of teched up units though. Sasha, my god, another Neo tank enters the fray. The battle boat and the lander are switching off back and forth, back and forth. These needlessly died. At least he's gonna get a copter kill, I guess. He's gonna get back his precious comm tower. And he does have the income advantage as Sturm. Holy shit. He's only got 25,000 to 29,000, but because of the Sasha bonus, it's 27,000. That is crazy. So Mr. Beast, don't look now, but Mr. Savage Beast is, if he didn't sack all these units over here, he'd be looking in a pretty winning position. Like, he kind of kept himself out of it by blundering all this shit over here. But if he didn't blunder that, and didn't blunder that tank over there as well, like, he's looking pretty damn good. But he's still letting frickin' Leary into it because he's just blundering a bunch of... Why? There's a mega tank there. They are specifically designed to murder Neo tanks and medium tanks. Why would you ever put it in range? I don't care if you're on a city. He's got one comm tower now. He's probably going to get another power anyway. It's going to bring that down to like a 3 or a 2. It's going to do 1 damage back. And you're going to lose 18 to 20,000 worth of damage. And you're going to do like 4,000 damage back. That is incredibly dumb. What the hell are you doing the past turns in the middle, beasties? Swear to God, this guy sometimes plays really well, smart, heads up, and then other times he just sacks his units for no reason at all. Like, the baboonianness of it all. My God, dude. Why? Is he gonna, like, try to surround it? He can't even surround it and, like maybe if you're going to infantry here and here and, like, surround it afterward, that's fine, but he can't even do that. He's just allowing a mega tank hit on the... What the literal hell, dude? He just got high off getting his comp towers, like, I win. Oh my God, dude. Why? What are you freaking doing, dude? Imagine he didn't sack all this shit, and he's just winning over here. He has the income advantage. He's getting the comm tower back. He's winning over here. Imagine just doing that and not sacking everything in the middle. And he's ahead in all counts. He's ahead units, too. Beastie, dude. Are you trying to give this away? Are you trying to make this a long game, a banger game, sir? Not even doing 1 damage back. Well, it was nice knowing you, Neotank. Bye. For nothing. What did it do? Do 8 damage to a tank or some bullshit? Oh, beasties. Oh, beastie. You're a beastie boy for sure. You're a beastie boy for sure. No meteor for you. You're so close. No meteor for you. No meteor for you. I had to do an instant replay because I like watching them. It's very satisfying. Alright, beasties. How are you going to recover from that? You have income advantage versus Sasha, which is highly impressive. But you lost all your units. You're below on unit value now, significantly by 50,000. When you were ahead last turn, or no, you weren't ahead ever, or you were ahead here. But anyway. Alright, Beastie, what is your counterattack? So he gets his comm tower back. He's going to get this too. Ooh, he's going to have a significant income advantage. And Blue isn't capping anything, but he could be forcing in the middle. Now that he blundered so much, Blue could be capping that, or that. And he's trying to capture this. That will be able to be interrupted. See what he uses with those artillery. At least he's just beating the shit out of Leary at the top over here. Sounds like I'm inherently rooting for Beastie. I'm not. I just like watching Sturm. I kind of root for Sturm inherently because Sturm's a fun CO to watch. So I have nothing against Leary or nothing for Beasties. I just like watching Sturm players, or people play Sturm, so don't look too much into that. Anyway, brings the copter in, attacks the infantry. He's literally sacking everything to prevent caps. Like, he doesn't care what everything is. He cares so much about comm towers, first off. He cares so much about cities. He does not care about unit count at all, and I think that's Savage the Beast's weakness overall. Like, he's a good player, maybe even a great player. In between, he's like above, he's just in between good and great. But he just needs to learn that income is not nearly as important as unit value. And also, what the hell? That just didn't even track. That didn't even have any morals or to the story there. It's just like, there was no reason. There was just, that didn't make any sense. So maybe he's not a great player. But I would never in my mind do something like that. Dude, I say Boomba, I say Gloomba. I say a bunch of like words that are babbling, but I don't sack my Neotanks to Megatanks, okay? That's all I'll say. I can do a bunch of stupid shit, but I don't do that. But like I said, sometimes you get the 1300 level players. They make 700 level moves that make you scratch your head like, how is this person able to breathe? But then they make another like 1400 level or 1500 level move. You're like, wow, this person is incredibly intelligent. Like, that was really well done. There's like nothing in between. It's the enigma of advanced wars, I would say. But Beasties is going to have more income advantage. He's probably going to get at least one of... He's definitely going to get this cap. He's probably not going to get that cap over there. Especially with the Neotanks coming in. This is going to kill the copter. Yeah, he's going to kill off this copter. This copter is going to be incredibly weakened. He's getting both of these caps, though. So he got what he wanted, but at what cost? He's losing every single unit over there. So... this is such a weird-ass game. And another market crash. Boom! Down there again. Down the drain. So Savage the Beasties over here. Not looking really hot over here. He's got 70,000 less. 2 units less, but look at this income. It's going to be beautiful. Boonga. Boom. 31,000 to 23,000 without that. With it, it's 25,000. So only 6K. But as Sasha, that is literally your bread and butter right there, and you're behind? That's unacceptable. However, it is acceptable if you just demolish the entire army, and he has to back up here. Like, Beastie, he got slapped at the bar, and he has to walk home by himself. He can't fight back at the bar. The guy's a huge bouncer, punches the shit out of him. You can't strike back. You have to walk away. You got smacked in the face, but you have to walk away, or you're going to get killed. It sucks to lose your units and not have a counterattack, but he's got to walk away. Just walk away. Run away. Not walk away, just run, sprint away. But now he's going heavy on the anti-air. He sees the 3 amigos of the copters over here. Wisely builds some anti-air. This one's weakened. Probably want to retreat that and heal that over there, but it's probably going to get pursued and killed. Oh, over here, even better. He finally has the artillery. Man, artillery would have been so good earlier on in the game. Just like having a little artillery behind here, protecting the Neotank, etc. Because in these sorts of like stallier games with like high defense and whatnot, artillery and indirects are so much more crucial. Megatank murders off an recon. Why is he bringing his units towards this Megatank? I feel like he's secretly in love with that net Megatank. Like, he's like, oh, I can't help but be near that Megatank. Like, fight over here. But like, he keeps bringing units towards this Megatank that he knows where it is. It's not hard to track a Megatank. It's got 4 movement. It's really slow, but he keeps being drawn back to it. He's like, oh, Meggy, how you doing? How you doing over there, buddy? And just comes right back to it. So let's see if he keeps his units around the Megatank even longer. That Megatank has paid for itself already. It's already killed a Neotank. It's already killed a Recon. It's killed a tank. Its body count is pretty damn high. It's probably done 30,000 worth of damage. Like, that Megatank has definitely paid for itself, which is a rarity. Typically, you do not see Megatanks pay for themselves, so should be proud of that Megatank. If I'm Leary, I'm happy for that Megatank. That's getting a Best Buy gift card, $50 Best Buy gift card, in my opinion. Maybe even a Circuit City gift card with that. So, that's a good Megatank right there. When he does die, you give him a four-shot salute. And whatever. I don't know where I come up with this dumb shit. It doesn't even make half sense. But anyway, moving onward. He is fighting near the Megatank, as we all know and love, because he can't help it. He has a crush on the Megatank. He's got a Megatank fetish. He is fighting a Neotank literally right next to the freaking Megatank. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, is he gonna block it with something? Okay, block it with something so you can't reach it. No, yeah, okay. Well, he has a forest here, so maybe he can... Neotank kills that, tank kills that, tank reveal. He's still not gonna be able to stop it. He has to put the recon here or some shit, dude. You have to block the... Oh my god. It's a dead Neotank again. It's a dead Neotank again. I would have put this Neotank here and revealed it and attacked it, but instead he goes for the medium tank. Alright. This isn't that terrible either. Still kind of got screwed over. Market crash again. Ooh, and this looking... That Mega Tank is getting way too much value. This is looking really dire. It looked like it was good for Leary for Savage the Beast at first for a little bit. Back and forth, and now this is looking like a coup de grace. Or as Mangs would say, coup de grace. And if you guys didn't know what either of those means, it means like a headshot out of like you're in a war and there's a wounded guy like you just like shoot him in the head. It's called a coup de grace. It's like a merciful death. I don't think Savage the Beast wants a merciful death though. He wants to just go out swinging. He wants to kiss that Mega Tank. He's gonna take that big snout of the Neo Tank. He's gonna give it a little smooch. He's gonna murder his whole army. He's gonna attack this Neo Tank and the Mega Tank. He loves that Mega Tank. I swear to God, Savage the Beast loves that Mega Tank. He's never loved anything more in his life than that Mega Tank. I guarantee it. Okay, there you go. Some tactics. Finally, it's got no more shots. Now we can attack it. Now we can attack the Neo Tank into the Mega Tank. Do like 2 damage. And there's no APC, so it needs to go to a city or some shit. No, I just wanted to... Didn't... Okay. Well... Now Leary's gonna clean up. The Mega Tank, even without any... That thing has no ammo. And with a machine gun, it still killed the Recon. That Mega Tank is a OG. I love that Mega Tank. And you can bring in the Mega Tank over here and heal it up with a Black Boat top off its ammo if you so chooses. Yeah, this is looking really bad for frickin' Savage Beasties. This is starting to look like resigned territory. We're looking at the income, like Savage the Beast still has the income advantage briefly, but like look at that unit value, look at the unit disadvantage, like whew, 90 to or 60 to 51. And look at the deaths in value compared to the deaths. It's 40,000 to 30,000, and Sasha had the income advantage the majority of the game as well by virtue of her CO selection. So yeah, let's see what Beastie can do. He gets a Meteor Strike off on a bunch of weird ass random units. Leary is really good at baiting the Meteor Strikes. Props to Leary for really knowing how to get the Meteor Strikes to strike useless units. It could strike both of these, you know, and it didn't. Instead, it hit these. It's kind of random over there, or even like the Neo Tank and the bomber over there, but instead useless. Really neutralized all his Meteor Strikes. And the Meteor Strikes, both of them did nothing. Attacks into this the Mega Tank. So the Mega Tank is finally getting hurt and taught a lesson, but there's a bomber to respond, and it looks like Leary is he's gonna punish. He's gonna heal up this Mega Tank. Whoa, that did nothing. Oh, that's because it had 6 HP. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, this is looking pretty bad for Leary, or for the Beasts. And he's never ever getting another power, because once you get 2 Stern powers, it's gonna cost way too much. So I'd expect that's the last Meteor Strike we're gonna see of the match. So the bomber comes in. He actually gets a nice cheeky hit off. I mean, he's really far behind though. I don't know if this is gonna be enough. He's gonna need a miracle. And he resigns. I thought I would have resigned probably 2 turns ago when he lost his damn frickin' like for nothing, like 9, 1, 5, and then like turn before. And this turn will live in infamy. Why? And that wasn't the first time too. That wasn't the first time. And died there. Kill off the tank. Murdered that Mega Tank did like 40,000 worth of damage. It killed a Recon, killed a tank, killed a Neo Tank, pretty much killed a medium tank. Did like 7 damage to another Neo Tank. That thing literally maybe 50,000 worth of damage to that Mega Tank. That's one of the most impressive kill lists I've ever seen for a unit. Other than that one B-Copter I had versus Mangs that killed 9 units. I had one B-Copter. The original Best Buy gift card recipient was that one B-Copter killed 9 units. This Mega Tank probably killed 5, maybe 6 units, which is still pretty damn good. Definitely got a Best Buy gift card. Maybe even a discount. Luigi's Mansion for GameCube. Maybe he gets a $5 discount on that used. So props to that Mega Tank. But overall, that was a wonky map, right? Man, sometimes this feels like a nutty lower level series map or a game rather than like a higher expert, insane games of Advance Wars. But even though both players are very strong, I saw flashes of brilliance for sure from both sides. But Savage the Beast had some like baboon brain fart moments that just didn't really make any sense. And Leary, he played back and forth. I really liked his baiting by the Meteor. I think you did a phenomenal job with the Meteor, the baiting over there. But what did Leary in terms of, yeah, Leary, so he kind of squandered a little bit with the extra anti-air. He built like 6 anti-air, and there was like 2 copters total for Savage the Beast. I think he could have really punished more if he built more tanks, or if he just turned those into like more Neo tanks, you know what I mean? Like, these anti-air didn't really do very much. I think that kind of alleviated some of the pressure on Savage the Beast, so I think Leary could work on that a bit. But otherwise, I think Leary played pretty solid most of the game. He definitely played like 1400 overall, I would say. And he kind of just beat the shit out of Mr. Beast whenever, or Mr. Savage the Beast whenever he kind of slipped a bit. And he slipped quite a bit towards the end over there. Just the Mega Tank, it was the kryptonite. If there was no Mega Tank, maybe Savage the Beast just wins. That's the thing. The Mega Tank was the beginning of the end for Savage the Beast. Savage Beast, income advantage. He had both comm towers at a certain board. He had income advantage, and he had more units. Think about that. He had all that. He had all 3. He had more units, both comm towers, etc. But the Mega Tank came up, and when the Mega Tank came, Beastie was done. Beastie was done. But well played to both players. I hope you guys learned something about this map. Hope you guys were entertained. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.